Race 3. Great regatta. They learned so much in this. All the kids pushing each other. Very steady wind. This is where we learn the most. It's like an experiment. If the conditions stay the same, it increases our chances of learning. If you have varied conditions, it's like having too many experimental things going on in an experiment. So it's really nice that we've got very similar wind. Race 3 has 1 or 2 more knots of wind than race 1 and 2. So we're actually 5 to 8 knots now instead of 4 to 6 or 7. Filming race 3 from the committee boat end this time. Twice around, we're going to age during this race. It's going to take a long time. Now we're watching the spinnaker sets and trying to see how clean they are, where the boat's not too disrupted, the spinnaker catches wind quickly, it's not luffing or whatever, you know, you're watching these spinnaker sets and see which ones are the best ones and keep trying to mimic those. Race 3, the last gates leaderless. Yep, so he's gonna round 5th, this guy. Looking at the twists of leaders all the time on the videos. Leech of the jib is at the spreader tip, main is tight. I would say that main is a 1/2 inch too tight. I would easy straddler a 1/2 inch. Okay, boom is really close to center line here. Leech of the jib's inside the spreader. This is a fast boat, 2636. She's been doing well all day. Leech of the jib is inside the spreader a little. The main she plays just a little bit. A lot of bad air here, so you gotta really be trying to build speed. Jib looks good, nice and round on the bottom. Leeches right at the spreader tip, it looks like. I think that looks fine. You can see how his leech opens as he eases the main, just that little bit. That's a good way to have it in this stuff. Boom goes straight up in the air. leech opens, blows a tiny bit, and then pull it back in. Race 4. If you remember, the wind went way left to like 240 degrees on the compass, then it went to 270. Now it's come right back to what it was before. That's totally wrong. It's totally wrong. You just turn up there slow, man. Yeah. So when people turn down like that, you just stay low, and then you just slowly start heading up saying lured boat. You say, as they yell at you, you say lured boat, okay? And then you stay low, and then you start heading up slow, and you give them a couple of feet, and then you head up a little faster, say lured boat. So people that yell no, 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 no really don't have rights once you get lured. You've got to give them 3 or 4 seconds to respond to anything. You cannot come right in there and fluff them up. If you hit the windward boat within 3 or 4 seconds of getting a lured overlap, then you're gonna lose the protest for not giving them enough room to keep clear. It's an unavoidable collision for them. As they head up to avoid you, their stern swings right into you. So very good. When people yell no, 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 you get a low lured overlap. Say lured. Wait a couple seconds, head up. Say lured. Wait a couple seconds, then head up faster. Okay, this looks pretty darn good. Little too much twist in the main. Just a little. You could pull the main an inch and give them a little more power, but that looks pretty good, you guys. Boom's pretty close to the tiller. Yeah. He just needs to pull the main a little harder. He doesn't know it, but it would just make him, it would make Holland be able to hike a little harder. Good job, I like it. Not using the trapeze handle to like pull the boat down. You just sail the boat like an FJ right now. It's flat water. You just sail it like an FJ. Race 4, first windward mark. And again, let's watch these spinnaker sets carefully and mimic them. That was a pretty good one. It's about 6 knots of wind, so we're looking to see if the clues are level. The red and green clues of the spinnaker are level, because that's generally your general setting. You can't really see them, right? It's not easy to see both of them, but. And this is plenty of wind, so high pole is fast. Once you get this much wind, you can really make sure the pole is up. And the leader is heeled to leeward a little. And you only heel to leeward when your boom won't stay out. So you let go of the tiller right now. If the boat heads up, you're heeling too much. If the boat heads up a tiny bit, you're probably good. If it heads up quickly, you're heeling too much. So you're going totally by helm right now. If you have weather helm, sail flatter. If you don't have weather helm, heel to leeward. Man, these guys are having to go high. Okay, look at pole heights as they go by here. This clue's a little high. Green one's, that's about right. Green one's a little higher. The tack is a little higher than the clue. The clue is the red one right now. So that looks pretty good. He's having to reach. The tack is higher than the clue. That hooks the leech of the spinnaker in, closes the leech. And if you put the tack the windward corner lower than the other, that twists off the leech. That's what we use on reaches more, a little more. Yeah, this guy's pull's too low. See how the leading edge of the spinnaker just looks totally different than the boat right next to it. It's more tucked down. So, high pull is going to loosen up the luff and make it a totally different shape. So 8732 pull too low. The leading edge of the spinnaker is tight. These guys are floating up higher. Cool. I haven't filmed many jives.
Will be the last race of the day, guys.
But here goes it. Yeah, I haven't filmed many jives, so we'll try to do that tomorrow.
Rounding down here in the leeward bars, we can pick these guys up. Correct. We're going to finish these guys at the weather mark.
Fifth place in the last race. They're going to finish them at the windward mark, so they're shortening course 2. Beach is a little more open than maybe some of the other leaders, but that's the way I'd be until I was up to speed, and then I would just pull the weather sheet on a little bit. That looks pretty nice. Good, pretty nice. These guys look better on their jib. They had their bottom was pulled too far inside the deck before. Now they've got a little less windward sheet on by half inch, and a little more, a little less leeward sheet by a half inch, and then another half inch of windward sheet. So now their jib looks round enough. One of the last videos of the day, and what I want you to notice is how flat the confident teams are. So we're talking the top 10. You're going to see them maybe heel at their mast, lean to leeward the tiniest bit. Just watch the angle of their mast, but then you're going to see the masts are pretty much pointed straight up and down. Absolutely straight up and down is going to be the most lift, likely the least drag, definitely the least drag on the rudder. Because as soon as you heel your mast to leeward, you're going to create weather helm. So that's the S flag right there, so that means they're finishing right here. Watch how flat the boats are. These are all the tops of the fleet all day long, and just see, absolutely practicing flat with little heel to leeward, a little main sheet trim. You got to get the leech of the main right, you got to get the twist on the jib right. Okay, great day today. All right, Ben Simpson sailing his first Perry Series Regatta, about to finish the last race of the day. Beautiful day, 36 boats, South Bay. Yeah, Ben and Holland.